Ahoy there, listeners, and welcome to another deep dive. This time we're setting sail into the spooky waters of Down to Davy Jones.
Shiver me timbers.
Right. So we're going to be exploring the ships in the book, and let me tell you, this book doesn't skimp on the creepy ship details, but there's one ship that really takes the biscuit, the Flying Dutchman.
Oh, yeah.
This thing is nightmare fuel. What can you tell us about it?
Well, first of all, imagine, like, the biggest ship you've ever seen in your life.
Okay.
Now, double it.
Whoa.
It's absolutely massive. It's got this hull pitch black, black, whole black, and then it's got these sails, but the sails are blood red. And the whole thing is constantly on fire, but it never burns.
See, that's the thing that gets me, right? It's one thing to have a ghostly ship, but a ghostly ship that can control fire, that seems a little,
Well, that's the thing. It's not just fire. This thing, it can control the weather, too.
Oh, right. It says in the book that it's 130 feet long, which is, like, unheard of for ships back then.
Oh, yeah, monstrous. I mean, can you imagine you're on just like a little, one mast, tiny little ship.
Yeah.
This thing emerges from the fog, flames, just licking up the sides.
It's like the ocean itself is giving you the finger.
Right.
And it's not just that the ship is scary on its own. The book talks about the crew, too.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know about you, but when I hear ghost ship, I always picture skeletons.
Right.
But they went with zombies. Zombies on a ghost ship.
Well, they're not exactly zombies. They're more like these vengeful spirits.
Okay.
And they can never escape the ship. Like, you know how pirates are always afraid of a watery grave?
Right.
This is like a watery grave times 1,000. They're trapped there forever.
So you're not just dying, you're becoming part of the ship.
Yeah.
And we see just how dangerous the Dutchman can be with what happens to the Terrible Torment. Can you tell us a bit about that encounter?
It's a bloodbath. The mast breaks, the sails are shredded, there are holes everywhere. And it really makes you wonder, because later on, the Queen Anne, it gets caught in a storm too.
Right.
So is it just bad luck, or is it the Dutchman,
Well, I guess that's up to the reader to decide.
Right.
So we've talked about these big ships, but the book also mentions smaller boats, like longboats and gigs.
Oh, yeah, those are important too.
What's their deal?
Well, I mean, think about it. The pirates, they need to get around. They can't exactly pull the Flying Dutchman up to, a beach to go bury treasure.
Right, that would be suspicious.
So they need these smaller boats for,
Yeah.
getting to shore, making a quick escape.
So it's like every ship tells a story.
Yeah.
Well, that was a fascinating look at just a few of the ghostly galleons from Down Davy Jones.
It's a good book.
It really is. And listeners, I hope this deep dive inspires you to take a closer look at the ships in your favorite stories. You never know what you might find lurking beneath the surface. Until next time, happy reading.